What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about Battle of Dawn, one of the most intense and competitive alliance events in Age of Empires Mobile. In this match, my alliance went head-to-head against another strong alliance, and through coordination, strategy, and smart troop formations, we came out on top. I'll be breaking down the event itself, showing real gameplay moments, and explaining how I used my marches, especially my Lu Bu cavalry march, which was my strongest and most impactful force in this battle. So, if you want to understand how Battle of Dawn really works and how to win these large-scale alliance wars, stick around till the end. What is Battle of Dawn? Battle of Dawn is a full-scale alliance versus alliance PvP event where teamwork matters more than individual power. This is not about solo fighting, it's about coordination, timing, and controlling objectives. The main goal of the event is to capture and hold temples across the battlefield. Each temple your alliance controls continuously generates points, and the more temples you hold, the faster your score increases. As the battle progresses, a central relic appears on the map. Once picked up and delivered to a temple, that temple becomes even more valuable, giving your alliance a massive scoring advantage. This relic phase usually decides the entire match, because both alliances clash hard to either secure it or stop the enemy from using it. Respawns are fast, so battles are constant and aggressive. You're not punished heavily for losing a march, which means players can keep applying pressure throughout the event. Before the match even started, our alliance already had a plan. We assigned roles. Some players focused on early temple captures. Some were responsible for mid-map pressure. Others, including me, were assigned to frontline combat and enemy suppression. Communication was constant. Instead of randomly fighting, we focused on objective control. Kills are nice, but temples win games. And that mindset made a huge difference. My strongest march, Lu Bu Cavalry, main carry. Now let's talk about my main and strongest march, which played a huge role in this victory. My primary march was Lu Bu as the main commander, supported by Timur and Zhao Yun, using camel riders as the main unit. This march was built for pure aggression and frontline dominance. Lu Bu was the backbone of this formation. He deals massive damage and excels in open field combat. Whenever I needed to break enemy lines, punish archers, or clean up weakened marches, Lu Bu was my go-to commander. Zhao Yun added burst damage and speed, allowing the march to strike quickly and retreat if needed. Timur provided survivability, helping reduce incoming damage so the march could stay alive longer during extended fights. Camel riders made this march even more effective, especially against enemy archer formations. Their speed and impact made them perfect for hit-and-run attacks and flanking maneuvers. This was the march I trusted the most, and it showed in the results. Secondary march, defensive and support role. Alongside my main cavalry march, I also used a defensive support formation to hold objectives and counter enemy cavalry pushes. This march was Joan of Arc, Boudica, Frederick Barbarossa, with pikemen. This formation wasn't about chasing kills, it was about holding ground. Joan of Arc provided sustain and team support. Boudica added area damage and pressure during clustered fights. Barbarossa brought strong defensive buffs, making this march extremely difficult to remove. Whenever the enemy tried to push into our controlled temples with cavalry-heavy marches, this pikeman setup was perfect for stopping them. Gameplay breakdown, how the battle played out. Early phase, temple control. At the start of the match, our alliance immediately spread out to secure nearby temples. We avoided unnecessary fights early and focused on clean captures. My Lu Bu march stayed near the mid-map, ready to intercept enemy movements or punish overextensions. This early control gave us a stable point income and forced the enemy to react to us. Mid-phase, first major clash. As both alliances moved toward the center, the first major fight broke out. This is where Lu Bu truly shined. I charged directly into enemy archer formations, deleting multiple marches before they could reposition. Whenever enemy cavalry tried to dive our backline, I either flanked them or pulled back and re-engaged at the right moment. Even when my march took heavy damage, the combination of speed and survivability allowed me to disengage and return quickly. Relic phase. Turning point. Once the relic spawned, the battle became extremely chaotic. Our alliance moved early and secured good positioning before the enemy arrived. When the relic was picked up, we immediately formed a protective escort. This was one of the most intense moments of the match. The enemy threw everything they had at us, but through focused targeting and coordinated defense, we successfully delivered the relic to one of our temples. From that moment on, the momentum shifted completely in our favor. Defense and final push. After securing the relic temple, the enemy attempted multiple counterattacks. This is where our defensive marches and coordination paid off. We held our positions, rotated damaged marches out, and reinforced constantly. Once the enemy exhausted their pushes, we regrouped and launched a final offensive. My Lu Bu march led the charge, breaking through remaining resistance and allowing our alliance to capture additional temples. By the time the timer ran out, the score difference was clear. We had won. Key takeaways and tips for Battle of Dawn. Here are some important lessons from this match. Alliance coordination matters more than individual power. Always focus on objectives, not just kills. Have at least one strong carry march for frontline pressure. Use defensive formations to hold temples, not chase fights. Position early for the relic. It often decides the match. Know when to engage and when to pull back. Battle of Dawn rewards smart play, teamwork, and preparation. That's it for today's Battle of Dawn breakdown. This was one of my favorite alliance battles so far, and Lu Bu was absolutely the MVP march in this match. If you enjoyed this video and want more Age of Empires mobile content, including march builds, event guides, and PvP gameplay, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what's your strongest march, and how did your last Battle of Dawn go? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.